Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sandeep Sharma, the PrepLadder Super Speciality faculty for pediatrics, and I have Dr. Charu with us today. Dr. Charu has got All India rank 2. Yes, she has got rank 2 in INI Super Speciality Pediatric Pulmonology. She's soon going to be a super specialist in the field of pediatric pulmonology, and it is my privilege to invite her to this interview. So, Dr. Charu, congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Before we start, can you please tell us about your background?
Sir, I did my undergraduation and post-graduation both from Maulana Azad Medical College, New Delhi, and post that I was serving as a senior resident in the same parent in my parent medical college, that is Maulana Azad Medical College and associated in LNH. I was working till September 25, and post that I had taken a little off in order to prepare for the exam. That's it.
Great, great. So, how did your interest in pulmonology come through? Like, what was the point in your residency you thought, okay, this is where I'm going to go for?
Sir, it came from while we used to attend our emergency duties. Uh, I, what I personally saw is that the major patient load was with respiratory illnesses, and also in my second year, the ward in which I was posted, I used to conduct respiratory clinics. So, and that is the time where I realized that the curve is such that it needs much more learning and brushing up of the even the basic things. So I always felt the need to learn more and to brush up my skills, and that is where I decided that I would want to learn and pursue this further in order to be a better clinician.
Great.
Yeah.
So, I think you are already a topper. This is the last exam, and after this, it's just super specialty in pulmonology. So, you'll be joining at PGI, if I'm correct, right? PGI
Yes,
Chandigarh?
sir. Yeah, fortunately. Yes, sir.
Great, 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 great. So it's a wonderful division. I have been a pass out from PGH Chandigarh, so I know a bit about the place. It's a wonderful place to be. So, Dr. Charu, let's come to something your juniors will be interested in knowing. Some people who are, aspiring pulmonologist like you. If someone has to prepare for INI-SS Pediatric Pulmonology, number one, what are the resources needed and what were the resources you used for your preparation?
Sir, because the residency per se is expected to be such that not every time you are in a mind frame where you could go through not how you should be, but I'm just saying that what time at times allow is a more comprehensive approach. So that is where PrepLadder helped me. I was using PrepLadder since the first year of my residency, where I would read topics, the basic ones, where we were in my first year as a resident. I was much more expected to be working uh, on the cleric, I would say, on the spinal level, where yes,
Final level,
yeah,
oblique, clerical
right,
level,
right.
oblique,
But
filling the
in that
forms kind of
also,
thing.
the patient keeps coming, and uh, the hustle is there, but you need to also learn. You cannot you cannot compromise on your learning aspect. So that is where PrepLadder helped me. Whenever I started from the basic topics like diarrhea, meningitis, all that I saw in my emergency duties, I used to make sure that I finish those topics there and then, or in OPD, whenever I felt the need that the diagnosis, the investigation, the further management of the patient, I used to make it a habit to either open up to date or to even revise the notes that are given beneath the videos of the PrepLadder. I used to immediately open that and take a quick revision, especially in topics like short stature. Each time I used to make sure that I revise it from where I've read, so that clears the topic itself. And the best part about PrepLadder is that you will get even like, for example, I had read, sir, I had seen your video of Guillain-Barré syndrome, in which even the update regarding pregnanolone being the newly neurosteroid that is being used. So even the newest, the latest update that you need to know is given there. So it is like a full from basics till the high end or the high yield things that you need to know is there. So it used to be very helpful for me in that regard. And it helped me build my base. And I was much more cooler in terms of general pediatrics only because I had read via PrepLadder during those 3 years. Apart from that, no one can ever replace the Bible, that is Nelson. So, sir, in pulmonology, I would recommend reading it line by line and especially knowing why you're calling a particular case scenario as that particular diagnosis and what are the close DDs. Why is it being said that it is this and not this? Because the exam this time was also such that there were very close call options. So very similar options were there, and I always felt the need that it is very necessary for the aspirant to know why you are choosing a particular option, why you're not choosing the other three rather than choosing a particular option. So that has helped me. So that is what I would want to recommend. Apart from that, in terms of resources, Nelson is a must. Essentials of Pediatric Pulmonology also helped me a lot. So by Dr. S.K. Kabra. So those are the books one needs to definitely go through, sir.
Kabra sir's book everyone
Right,
reads. Like obviously it's the newer edition
right.
now, but even I in my time have read. So apart from that, any role of these journals and review articles, as you rightly said, there is no time, but can someone,
No,
really incorporate them?
so, what I have adopted from my seniors and the advices that I've got, and from my personal experience also, it is always good to read and make a concise version of the journal or article that you feel is relevant. But reading n number of articles, especially when you want a very precise approach towards a particular topic, that can at times be not as fruitful as one think that it will be. So my approach would be to it's you can sir the medicine is so vast, no one can say that this is not right or that is something might be suiting for someone else, but I think one should have a touch of the newer articles as well, but to have it in a concise form where you can revise from again and again is a better approach to go about.
Correct. This is something I also agree with, and this is something, me and my batchmates and my seniors also used to do. Like, we'll be reading a very important, first of all, we don't have time to read review articles, but if it is something very important, read it on like a weekend or on a free day. Then you write down 20, 30, 40 points out of it, or maybe you mark it there. And then in subsequent reading, you only look at those points. I think that's the almost similar approach what you were saying. And students who are listening to it, it's a very, very useful approach. You can't do it, 6 months before the exam, but during your MD or DNB residency, this is something which Dr. Charu is saying. So I absolutely align with it. Coming to the exam, Dr. Charu, like how was the exam? How was your impression of the exam? Like what were the areas from where you found slightly more number of questions being asked?
Sir, questions were asked from nearly all the topics. It's not like, but definitely there are important topics like the immotile cilia syndrome, the tuberculosis, asthma, um, investigations including DLCO, bronchoscopy. Um, Apart from that, other important topics including were interstitial lung diseases, diffuse lung diseases, and pulmonary alveolar proteinosis. So, surfactant disorders, which are actually the part of the diffuse lung disorders itself only, so pulmonary hemorrhage. So, those were the topics which one needs to read through and through. And Nelson is a must. You cannot you cannot compromise on that, right, sir?
Great. So you talked about asthma, global initiative against asthma. Should I read the entire part or should I read only the update? Because now the updates happen every year.
Uh,
This is very controversial. Your view on this?
Sir, I I too find GINA to be too vast, and every year there are updates. So one can go through the updates. If you have once gone through the guidelines, one must target the updates. Apart from that, what I had attended asthma training module that is conducted by the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. I found that very helpful.
Okay.
So yes, sir. I found that because I had attended that training module, that had really helped me in order to clear the doubts, even the minor ones which I had regarding the topics. Because many things get clear, like which step it'll be. It we have to. I'll go through in a
Mm.
lot of depth if I have to
Yes.
open up about it. But each step, why a particular treatment is given, and how age specification of a certain drug is there. All those doubts were cleared in my asthma training module. So I would recommend if someone is targeting this particular field to once attend an asthma training module if possible.
Beautiful advice. All those listening to it, please take note if you are targeting pulmonology, the things Dr. Charu is saying. So, Dr. Charu, what about the department assessment? How did it go for you?
Sir, it was like a rapid fire. There were multiple questions, and as the topics I have initially told, the questions were from the same topics, similar to the theory exam only. It was not a shocker, luckily. It was not like I was expecting that there might be some difficulty level higher than that, but fortunately, it was of the same level as of the theory. So one has to read Nelson, that is there, and certain updates regarding the diseases like for cystic fibrosis, the new criterias that are there out there, and similarly for other diseases, if there are any important clinical diagnostic scores are there, that is very important, sir.
Correct, correct. Awesome. So, Dr. Charu, did you feel any such, jitters during your preparation that I am going to prepare for it? What if I don't succeed? Is my NEET SS going to be my backup? Did you have such thing about it, or you were sure that okay, only I'm going to go for INI-SS only?
Uh, Sir, actually, I was from very starting only, I was inclined for pulmonology itself.
Hmm.
And NEET SS doesn't give you the branch of.
Yes, yes.
So I was targeting INI from the very beginning only, sir. I had appeared for November 2024, where I was not able to qualify. Post that, in May 25, I had appeared for pulmonology and intensive care. Uh, I had secured a rank of. So I couldn't make it that time because of few negatives. This time, fortunately, I was able to secure a rank of two.
Yes, and you are going to be a pulmonologist. Yes, it is going to be tough. You're going to, have those duties again once over, but it is all going to go in the direction that you wanted. You have really made everyone proud. So you are a hardcore Mamsian.
Right,
So
Malani.
who are the people at Mamsi in your personal life? Otherwise, you want to thank this success for? Who are the short shout outs you want to give it to?
So first shout out would be definitely my parents, my brother named Karthik, and apart from that, I have a very great friend named Dr. Ayush Agarwal. And apart from that, at my workplace, my parent medical college, Maulana Azad Medical College, my thesis guide, Dr. Anurag Agarwal. He was a great support and always was always up for any doubts. Whenever I used to feel low, always cheering me up. I'm very grateful and thankful to him. And all my teachers at my parent medical college, they have always been very kind. And it will never be complete if I don't thank you, sir. I have. It was beautiful to be able as a student to be able to get a topic in such a simple and yet knowing the crux and the complexities of it in such a simplified way. It was really like meeting peace in terms of educating oneself. When we used to watch your videos, like the all the chaos used to come at a certain calmness. So I would really like to thank you also, sir, for all the videos and all the content that you have shared with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. Actually, the admiration is mutual because as a educator, as a teacher also, the whole purpose of, building up this SS thing was to simplify Nelson and to, be, and then to see people using it and then cracking the exam and make it,
Mhm.
finding them technically more qualified than you, than I am right now. See, it's a great thing. Uh,
It
Dr.
it
Charu, you,
helps in
yes, please, please, please.
it helps in the so not only just in order to crack the entrance, but also in order to become a good clinician. PrepLadder gives really excellent videos. It's and the concept is really nice of having concise notes underneath. If one doesn't want to access the videos at times, they can have the access to the notes. So there are n number of ways to have a quick revision as well. You could have the playback speed could be increased, you could have easy access to notes, then notes get delivered also to you. So there are n number of ways one could write.
So eventually, it is like we have given you the weapons, but you have to, then use them properly. And brilliantly, you have used Charu. I'm quite sure everyone at MAMC and obviously in your family, and your friends, they are going to be really proud of you. So I would love to, attend one of the conferences in the coming days. Last 6 months or so, I have not been able to. So probably I'll be catching up with you for a cup of coffee at PGI.
It will be a
So
pleasure,
welcome to
sir.
Chandigarh. It's that weather is the same. It's foggy, as foggy, a bit less, a bit better AQI in Chandigarh compared to Delhi,
Right, sir.
but the same thing. So congratulations once again, and really happy for you. May God bless you with even more success in the
Thank
coming
you so
years.
much, sir.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.